follows a path to greatness, a destination, a dream, a quest for excellence. It's your time, a time to compete for a place in Nebraska sports history. Great moments are earned here. Play like a champion. Welcome to the NSAA State Volleyball Championships on NET.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from the Heartland Events Center in Grand Island, Nebraska, as we close out the day in the Class C1 State Championship Showdown. And it is a rematch, and it should be a good one. Kearney Catholic, the Stars, undefeated at 35-0 on the season, taking on the Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus, a perennial attendee in the state championship showdown for the Class C1 title. Should be a great one, Kathy. And you take a look at Kearney Catholic, undefeated all year, and they just have stars up and down the lineup.
Absolutely, this lineup of players, I mean, they're just they're strong, they're athletic, they're tall, right. You know. So, I mean, they have a great lineup. They have lost only 3 sets the entire year, and one of those, they had a streak of 64 straight till they lost one to Ord in the finals. But again, 35-0, perfect record coming in. But
something tells me that Columbus Scotus not intimidated in the least in being in this venue. They've been here once or twice.
They've been here. In the last 20 seasons, they've been in 18 championship matches.
That's just unbelievable.
It's just really unimaginable, really.
All right, so here's how this is where the two teams are. Columbus Scotus, obviously, in Columbus. Kearney Catholic in Kearney. No surprise there. Let's take a look at how they got to this championship match, and you'll see that Scotus knocked off Grand Island CC in a tough battle in the first round, then knocked off Ogallala. Kearney Catholic really cruised its way in, knocking off a couple of Lincoln schools, Lutheran and Christian, to get here. So Scotus and Kearney Catholic ready to do battle for the C1 State Championship. Now for the introductions, let's go to Steve Lemon.
Activities Association, welcome to the 2012 NSAA Volleyball Championships. The Class C1 State Championship is between the visiting Stars of Kearney Catholic and the home Shamrocks of Columbus Scotus. Now it's time to meet the teams. Here are the Kearney Catholic Stars. Number 1, Michaela Mestel. Number 2, Kaylin Brannigan. Number 4, Whitney Colling. Number 5, Shayla Connor. Number 7, Bailey Sokolowski. Number 8, Callie Obrecht. Number 9, Theron Baum. Number 10, Allie Prososki. Number 11, McKenna Butler. Number 12, Mackenzie Smith. Number 13, Jamie McCann. Number 14, Megan Anderson. Number 17, Paige Herbert. And number 23, Morgan Studi. The assistant coaches are James Refedes, Lisa Sokolowski, and Amy Johnson. The head coach is Chris Connor. Here are the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. Number 17, Kara Moore. Number 18, Morgan Thorson. Number 19, Lauren Helbush. Number 20, Alyssa Fultz. Number 22, Carly Fultz. Number 23, Kristen Onutka. Number 24, Emily Cush. Number 25, Megan Keeper. Number 26, Bree Walker. Number 27, Peyton Shohan. Number 28, Hannah Prings. Number 29, Kirsten Wood. And number 32, Allie Boss. The assistant coaches are Julie Blaser, Joe Held, and Janet Tooley. The head coach is John Peterson. Tonight's officials are Tim Solman and Nancy Fuchs. Let's play volleyball.
It's all ready to go in Class C1. We talked about it earlier, but Kearney Catholic really going after an elusive feat, which is an undefeated season and a state championship. And really the state championship part of that is what has eluded them the most. Third straight finals appearance. They've been runner-up 3 times. They were runner-up in 2010, 2011, back in '85. They were also a runner-up, but this is their third straight, really trying to turn that tide of having lost in the finals.
Thinking the third time's a charm here as they get to this match, and they've worked hard. Again, a perfect season. That in itself, with no blemishes, is difficult. But this is the one that matters, and this is the one that they've again, as you mentioned, eluded them.
Earlier when we talk about matchups, Kearney Catholic has so much more size than Columbus Scotus. And when we talked to Chris Connor last year before the championship match, which is a rematch of these two teams, Chris said, well, John admitted too, they clearly have a size advantage, and they've served and passed well, thought that would be a difference, but in the end, it was Columbus Scotus winning it. So you take a look at these two teams, you think, what's the difference this year, even though Kearney Catholic has that size difference, and it may be just the way these girls feel about themselves and the way they've been playing as of late.
Right, definitely confidence coming into this, you know, that's huge. The mentality part of it, that psychological piece as well as the physical piece. And again, you got to play. I mean, it's a state championship, and see how they respond. And they feel like they're prepared this time, I think a little bit more.
Yep. Well, what a great way to end it, huh? We've had 5 great state championship matches. We end it in Class C1. We will see some quality volleyball here, some outstanding players, high-level coaches who really drill their players in the fundamentals. They do the things right. We're looking forward to a terrific Class C1 state championship. Started off on the outside. Right away they go to Brannigan, doesn't finish. On the slide, block back. Sokolowski had the shot, block back, and Scotus on the board. Good block by Peyton Shohan. 5'10" junior. Big swing, pounds it down the line by Brannigan.
Brannigan had all line, and she took advantage of that big power swing there.
Brannigan, someone we did not see last year on this Kearney Catholic team. She is a transfer from Shelton.
Just a sophomore, excuse me. She is a senior.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the first mistake all day. So it's forgiven.
Okay, thank you. You're a good man.
Which I could say the same.
What a minute.
So 2-1 Scotus here early. Outside and hammered away by Mestel. Other way into the block, but the kill by Lauren Helbush. Keep an eye on Lauren Helbush. She is absolutely a difference maker. How healthy will she remain? How does that knee hold up? She's coming off a torn ACL. Has only been back in the lineup for about a month and not even playing all the way around. They're really limiting her rotations.
And just trying to protect that knee a little bit. She's developed tendonitis in the knee. You know, she's come back. She's physically strong, but that tendonitis, and that's just something that you work through. It's very uncomfortable. It's pain, you know. But she's a tough player, and so she's got to work through it.
Mestel on the kill from the outside, right on the back line. Swing from the outside is long.
Here you can see Helbush going up. Again, she has a hole there, just didn't get right on top of that ball and take it through that seam.
And the point to Kearney Catholic. Even at 4. So here's Megan Studi. 5'4" sophomore libero. The tip try, good cover by Connor. Outside, Mestel off the net. Mestel pounds it into the block and lands on the Scotus side. Stars with the point.
Mestel just blasts the block off the net. See how she goes right in the gap, knocks him back, and in between the arms. 4
straight points now for the Stars. Boy, terrific up by Herbert. Herbert saved that and led to the point.
And Anderson just quick response there. That ball pops right up to her. She throws it over aggressively. I like the aggressive swing there as she takes it over.
Nice aggressive serve by Studi, a bit long. So 6-5, Kearney Catholic regains the lead off of that serve. Here is the libero on the other side, Kara Moore. 5'6" senior. Pass a bit off from the back row, not afraid to attack hard as Mestel. Helbush fired away again, and that one hit the antenna. Point to the Stars.
Just clipped the antenna. That was a nice swing, but again, out as soon as it makes that touch.
Shayla O'Connor with the serve. Moore chases it down.
Mestel really just kind of almost rolled an ankle there. Did a nice job keeping that alive.
In the middle, Anderson, good dig. Shohan kept it alive. And into the net goes Helbush. And I want to correct something I said. Kara Moore was the libero last year, an all-state libero for the Shamrocks, number 17 for Columbus Scotus. She has now this year been transitioned into the setter. So Kara Moore, and has done a terrific job for John Peterson. So they looked around and thought, what's our best option as we lose a great setter? And it was to pull their all-state libero into a setter role, and she's been terrific. Overpass, Mestel pounds it down.
Mestel just aggressive out on the court right from the first serve of this match, playing strong on the outside.
And the Shamrocks just firing away at the net. Not afraid to just attack relentlessly.
Nope, it's just aggressive and confident.
So a timeout called by Columbus Scotus. The Stars on top 9-5. So the head coach of the Kearney Catholic Stars, you see there in the middle is Chris Connor. Chris in her 21st season, 423 and 136. Previously coached at Fort Calhoun. And she has been a runner-up here 3 times, 85, 10, and 11. There's John Peterson, 36th year overall. He's won more than 100 games in his career, 110 losses. As Kathy said off the top, in 20 years, in the last 20 years, they have been in this game, the state championship game, 18 times in 20 years. We asked John about that. He said, it's almost stupid. I mean, how could you imagine that a team would be able to do that? But you would have to think you were drunk to imagine that, I think is what John said.
It's just not one of those things that, I mean, just year in, year out with the strong programs that you're competing against each year, but he finds a way. Helbush, aggressive swing there. She is power. They're taking her out. She has a heck of a jump serve, but they take her out just to preserve her knee a little bit, take a little of that pressure off, and give her a little bit of cushioning here in a break.
Anderson in the middle. Outside attack, a good hard swing by Foltz, and Alyssa Foltz with the kill. She leads the team in kills on the season. At just 5'8" from the outside. Here's Emily Kush with the serve. Big kill, and it's Mestel again.
Mestel 4 kills in the match already. She's just swinging with full confidence, aggressive, up at the net.
11-7. Stars with the lead. Great attack, hard swing. Carly Foltz, and Foltz with a kill. Allison Boss now back to serve. 5'4" junior libero for the Shamrocks. Connor pushes it outside. Block back, and the block by Scotus.
I believe Carly Foltz in the middle of that. Here you can see her up there taking it all strong. Look at that great celebration.
Anderson on the tip and got it. Shoves it right into the block. Good smart play by Megan Anderson, the senior.
Just quick, strong play with that. You know, that ball, she's not in a position she could swing at it. She really got past it, but strong play.
Good pass, Moore on the slide. Behind it is Shohan, and Shohan with the kill.
Shohan coming around on that slide. She does a great job off that 1-foot takeoff as she comes around.
Shohan big in the first 2 matches here at state. 16 kills against Grand Island Central Catholic, had 15 against Ogallala. Well, right back to her again, that time blocked back. And a lift called. Stars on top now by 3 at 13-10. There's Theron Baum. Theron, a 6'1" senior right side. Outside. Alyssa Foltz goes hard off the block and out. She picks up a kill.
Foltz really stepped up this year, again playing big on the outside. You know, with Helbush out, she's really took on a lot of the attack load on the outside and really been able to do some great things. She's got 3 kills in this match.
On the overpass, Shohan takes advantage and picks up another kill.
Here you can see quick, Shohan does a nice job, takes that quick step back and almost not quite far enough, got a little bit underneath it, but converts.
On the slide, Sokolowski not quite down. Connor tried the 2-ball, it wasn't there. Good dig, Connor goes outside now to Brannigan. Shohan tried the line, wide. Now into serve, Paige Herbert, 5'6" outside hitter. Good hard strike. Shohan again.
Shohan kind of coming around on that, not really a slide because she's on the right side, but that 1-foot takeoff, she pops up and goes after that ball.
Mestel, Doug. Got the deep corner. Good smart shot by Helbush.
And just great defensive up, you know, by Scotus to allow them to stay alive, and then Helbush, good court vision.
All even at 14. Little roll shot, Sokolowski. Outside, Mestel, great up.
On the fadeaway by Alyssa Foltz.
Again, Sokolowski tried the corner on the tip shot. Mestel sends it into the net. First lead for Scotus since they were ahead early 4-1. And a timeout called by Chris Connor. Well, this is the rematch. Let's take a look at what it looked like last year. It was a 5-set thriller in last year's C1 championship between undefeated Columbus Scotus and third-ranked Kearney Catholic. Top-ranked Scotus came firing right out of the gate. The Shamrocks took the first 2 sets led by junior Lauren Heldrich, who had a team-high 22 kills during the match. But Kearney Catholic wouldn't go away quietly. After the slow start, the Stars battled back, winning the next 2 sets, 25-23 and 25-14. Kearney Catholic led 9-7 in the final set, but Scotus went on a 6-1 run to take the title. The Shamrocks finished their season unbeaten for the 9th time in school history, winning the C1 title for a state record 15th time. It was an unbeaten season for the Shamrocks last year, and a state title, exactly what the Stars of Kearney Catholic are trying to do this season. Deep corner, got it. Good shot by Bailey Sokolowski.
Just finding that court, good high hands, wrist snap to finish it off, dropping it in the court.
Now Morgan Studi back to serve. Studi, dangerous jump serve, good pass. Mestel, all she can do is tip and into the net.
Mestel takes that with her left hand. I think she would have gone with her right hand. She could have made that play a little quicker to the ball, too. She's very aggressive. I like that.
Moore now to serve. Helbush is just long. You can see losing the balance a little bit on her land, really being careful of that right knee. It's 16 all. 2 hits called on the Shamrocks. So here's Shayla Connor, 5'7" junior setter. Outside aggressive swing, good up by Studi. Outside Mestel, into the tape. Back even at 17. Off of that state championship team that was undefeated for Columbus Scotus last year, the only returning starter is Kara Moore. And Kara Moore was moved from...
As you say, playing a new position this year, too, so really completely new squad out on the floor. You get a chance to see that swing one more time. Just a nice, hard cross-court shot.
And the jump serve of Mestel leads to the ace. Michaela Mestel, the senior outside hitter, just 5'6", but she's got some ups. Good short serve there. Tipped across, covered by Studi. Connor goes behind her. Big by Moore, and 2 hits called again. So they're attacking Moore, taking her out of the set and forcing others to set, and twice here in set number 1, it's led to 2 hits. And another ace by Mestel.
Just great tough serves, just flat, low serves across the tape.
So we were even at 17 when this run started by Kearney Catholic, a 4-0 run, and the Stars have taken a 21-17 lead. What's it say about John Peterson in his 36th year that he has an entirely new team at new positions, and here they are, the same place they finished last year?
You know, as you talk to him, too, he gives a lot of credit to his assistant coaches, you know, as they work and train with the kids, too. But these kids have bought into the system and trust their coaches. And when, again, you go to a player like Kara Moore and you say, I need you to switch from libero, an all-state libero, to be the setter, she says, okay, you know, and then they train her and they trust, again, that training that they're going to get them there. And And just as their approach to developing a team each year, because every year it's different. But the overall philosophy has allowed them to be so successful. And again, I think a lot of tradition, you know, a lot of that is also, and that's just the expectation is we are here.
Right. Success certainly breeds success, and Mestel out of the timeout with another ace. Three aces on this serve, this run by Mestel. And another tough serve that leads to a free ball. Mestel with the pass. Connor on the slide to Anderson. Anderson puts it away for the kill. And Kearney Catholic rolling right now, 23-17.
Anderson's third kill. She comes around on the backside.
Anderson. Where'd she go? Right at Moore. Took her out of the play. Pushed outside, too tight to the net. And the block. Kearney Catholic now set point number 1. And what a run by Mestel. And she finally commits the service error. Sorry, Michaela, that was my fault.
I'll punch him in the arm for you, Michaela.
Outside, blocked back, great coverage. A swing out of the back row by Mestel is long.
Mestel's just got that attack mentality. She attacks at the service. Here again, that ball pops up. She's not afraid to come after you with that.
Tough serve by Boss. And the tip at the net, and Anderson won it. Boy, what a great job by Shayla Connor to stay out of the net. And then the closeout by Megan Anderson. So set number 1 goes to the undefeated Kearney Catholic Stars, 35-0 on the year, trying to make it an undefeated season. They're off to a good start.
Time Warner Cable is dedicated to the future of our nation's children. That's why we've launched our Connect a Million Minds initiative. We're asking adults to help us inspire kids through science, technology, engineering, and math. And we're achieving this through local partnerships with FIRST. Across the country, Time Warner Cable employees are helping bring FIRST robotics competitions to the areas we serve. The future of our nation and our children depends on math, science, and technology. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
I know he's not talking yet, but I know what he wants.
Do you think she should be walking by now?
Oh, he'll grow out of it, won't he?
Delays in development can be tricky to spot, especially when you are so close to the ones you love. If you have concerns or just have questions about your child's development, the Early Development Network is here to help. The sooner you call, the sooner you can make a difference for your child. Call your local district or toll free for a free evaluation.
We're Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
We live and work right here with you.
And we're here for the long haul.
Whatever changes come our way,
you can count on us.
You can count on us to be there when you need us.
Get involved in high school activities. For fall championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
So back to the Heartland Event Center in Grand Island with Kearney Catholic and Columbus Scotus. I'm Larry Huntley along with Kathy Wieskamp. Great to have you back. 25-19. The Stars take set number 1. Ready for set number 2. Columbus Scotus will start it off. Carly Foltz, 5'6" right side, junior for the Shamrocks. She will serve. First outside. Brannigan didn't get it through. The tip try. Shohan rolls it into the middle, and Shohan comes up with yet another kill. She's been the star so far for the Shamrocks. She really kept them in it up to 17. Then she rotated to the back row, and that's when the Stars went on the run.
Absolutely, and again, she's really an integral part of that offense. 5 kills in the match already.
They'll go to her again,
they go right
and
to
she
her.
got it right on the line. So Peyton Shohan, 5'10" junior middle. One more look right on that line. Good aggressive serve by Carly Foltz, but just long. 2-1 now, Scotus. And here's Theron Baum, 6'1" senior. Just outside. Shohan swings all across the front, that time from the left side. Shohan tools the block and gets the kill.
And as you say, as she's up front, she's making a difference. Here she's got 2 blockers on. She uses them. The blockers didn't get squared up. So Sokolowski carries it on out of bounds.
Free ball now for Scotus off the bad pass. Outside Hellbush, good dig. Nearly a kill by Brannigan. And it's out. Brannigan with the kill. So Brannigan will come out. In to serve for the Stars is Paige Herbert. Herbert, a gold medal winner in track. She's an outstanding athlete. Connor on the slide, goes to Sokolowski. Into the net. Called on the Shamrocks. Point for Kearney Catholic. Here's Herbert's serve. Top spin on that. Shohan right down the line. She just finds a place to put it every time.
8th kill, Shohan just continues to go. She's had 4 in a row here, and as she runs through the front row, notice 4 points on the board.
First outside, Mestel pounds it down the line. Mestel will get credit for the kill, even though Shamrocks in the net. So 4-4 here. Jump serve of Studi. Pass a bit deep. Into the net this time, called on the Stars.
Mestel. So that's me.
Just when you've seen 3 or 4 of those calls already, is that just being a little too aggressive?
Both of them, both sides are really being aggressive, you know, trying to get up there, really pushing. And Mestel, you know, there I see her as just a strong, aggressive player.
Pushed outside, Hellbush. You saw it in the highlights, the flashback to last year's 2011, but Hellbush just had a fantastic match last year. 20 kills for Hellbush in the state championship. This year limited to just front row play. Of course, John Peterson really didn't know if he'd have her at all back for volleyball the entire season after that ACL injury in soccer.
And Mestel, again, coming in strong, driving in, and she just swings. She pops, she's quick, but she's just very dynamic, explosive at the net.
And Mestel is heading next year to
other than Wayne State.
We've seen a few of that today. Wayne State's got a pretty nice in-state recruiting class put together. Frondorfer, we saw this morning, just a terrific looking player. Outside Mestel. And Mestel right at Shohan, takes it off the hands, couldn't keep it in.
A lot of firepower there with Mestel. Just high, she just goes up high. Here, get a chance to see it again. and just going over.
Into the antenna. Grazed the antenna, so out on the serve. Here's Emily Kush with the jump and service error. Now Mestel back to serve for the Stars. Out of the back row, it's Mestel again. Serve long, no touch. Point for the Stars. See the numbers on Mestel, impressive already. Connor, the quick in the middle, block back. And 4 hits did not clear the net. They ran the tempo though. Good reaction and quick reaction up front by the Shamrocks. Here's Allison Boss now to serve for Scotus. And long. So a couple of service errors here in set number 2 on Scotus. Those can be costly in tight matches.
And we're in one right now. You know, neither team here letting the other one get a run going, staying tight.
Shohan dug this time. And just tipped over. Fell right in the middle of the court.
They're really in the middle of transitioning from their defense to offense as that ball comes over. You can see just kind of almost got tripped up with one another.
Aggressive swing by Alyssa Foltz. Here's Doug. Foltz will give it another try. And up again. And Shohan pounds away. Shohan showing off here in set number 2.
Showing how it's done with 9 kills in set 2 already at this point, I mean, collectively.
Quick Connor sets. Nothing there for Sokolowski. The tip try the other way. Still alive. Shohan in the middle. Just long by Shohan. Oh, they will call the touch.
Yep.
So they call the touch, and the Stars have yet to find an answer for Peyton Shohan.
And as she runs this series up front, they want to make sure they keep that serve, use her as much as they can while she's up front. She's at double-digit kills already with 10.
Off the overpass, wasting no time is Kaylin Brannigan.
You get a chance to see it again. Brannigan just steps up and big swing.
Brannigan, a terrific athlete. 3 gold medals in track. She's really not sure whether she wants to play volleyball or track at the next level.
It's nice to have options.
You're not kidding. So now Alyssa Foltz back to serve. And communication again. Drops in there. And Scotus takes the lead at 12-11. On the slide. That time it's found. Bailey Sokolowski with the kill.
Great pass again, allowed them to run in system. Sokolowski does a nice job chasing after that ball. She times that just right, waits, and then goes after it.
Two hits. I don't know if both contacted it. On the serve, you're allowed to have it roll up, so I'm not sure what it hit, but 2 hits called. Shohan. And the error evens it at 13. Now Shohan back to serve. Good pass. Allows Mestel to be in system and fire away. Good set right on the button, on the dime, on the pin.
Right there, right, the money spot where it pays off. A lot of topspin on that serve.
Outside Helbush. Great dig by Studi. Studi kept it alive.
Great defense.
Boy, that point won by terrific reaction.
Yep.
Just quick reaction. And the Stars get it. Shamrocks thought they had one. One, two. And 2 hits. And John Peterson will take a timeout. So we're in set number 2. The Stars on top 16-13, leading 1-0.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. There's a few things you need to do to find the school that's the right fit for you.
Yeah, like thinking about your career interests and then researching colleges that fit those interests.
And going to college fairs and talking with college representatives that visit your school.
And most importantly, you should visit the schools that interest you. After all, you wouldn't buy a pair of shoes without trying them on first, would you?
Animal agriculture is vital to Nebraska. Livestock production not only contributes to our food supply, but also helps our rural communities. Livestock provides revenue for schools, creates jobs, supports Main Street, and enhances the future for farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Board's Animal Agriculture Initiative works to encourage growth of responsible livestock enterprises to benefit agriculture and Nebraska.
Final championship of the day, the Class C1 title tilt between Kearney Catholic and Columbus Scotus, along with Kathy Wieskamp. I'm Larry Putney. Glad you stayed up late with us to watch the state championship volleyball on NET. It's been our pleasure to bring it to you throughout the day. 6 state championship matches today. This the final of the day. One more state champion to be crowned, and right now Kearney Catholic leading 1-0 and 16-14 here in set 2. Kara Moore now to serve. Big block on the outside. It was Lauren Helbush.
Helbush right there. They're trying to use Mestel as she comes around on the slide. She's passing in the middle of the court so they can send her a couple directions. But if they send her behind, that splits the attack with Anderson on the outside.
Anderson tried the deep corner, but that's long, and it's all even now. It's 16, back-to-back by the Shamrocks. Good, tough serve. Some out of system, 3 ball. And they'll give it right back. On the slide. Anderson found it. Megan Anderson, 6'1" senior outside.
Coming around on the slide, that's her 5th kill in the match. Just great timing there as she comes around, cuts it back across her body.
Anderson hitting .494 on the season. 4 different players on this Kearney Catholic squad are hitting over 400.
I mean, .494 is
wow.
just an incredible number. That's not just in a single match, that is for the season. She's really, Anderson, coach says, become a dominant force up at the net.
Swing there is in. They'll call it in on that back line. One more look. Difficult to tell from that angle.
That line, that corner is open.
18-17. And a service error. Back in is the libero, Allison Boss, for the Shamrocks. Now Mestel to serve. Tips it back over. Foltz tries again. Blocked and out. Alyssa Foltz with the kill. She's led them this year with 253 kills. She had 12 against Ogallala in their semifinal win to get here in this championship match. Good dig of Brannigan. Tried to cut it, and they're going to call it on the line. What a great shot by Alyssa Foltz.
That hard angle, that cut shot, finds that sideline. It's a sharp angle. She doesn't have a lot of court, so she's got to work it parallel to the net to keep it in play.
Right on that line. Overpass, and the kill by Chauhan in front. Scotus has taken the lead at 2019, and a timeout called by Chris Connor.
We get a chance to see that again. Chauhan right there, ready. Send it back quick.
So we are in set number 2. Scotus has come from behind to take the lead 2019. Stars up 1-0. The 2012 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships on NET are brought to you in part by NPPD, Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Columbus Scotus fans, well, we didn't know you ever left, candidly. You're back again as usual. 2019 here. Scotus with the lead. On the slide, Anderson gets pumped up a bit.
Love to see it again, the energy again there. She finishes her front row series and goes out.
So now into serve is Jamie McCann, the 5'9" senior DS. Sorry, Jamie. And right down the line again goes Chauhan.
Chauhan, 12 kills here.
Oh.
She just is consistent all night long. Splits the block on that last one.
Scotus back with the lead. Tough jump serve and the ace. Carly Foltz now up by 2 as they creep toward 25. Kearney Catholic all season long has lost 3 sets all year. One of those coming here in the first round against Ord. Chauhan on the corner. They're just hitting lines like crazy.
And Chauhan is right in the thick of things. This is her 13th kill, coming in from that 3 position.
They are painting them. 23-20. Columbus Scotus now 2 away from evening this at 1 set apiece. And Chris Connor hasn't given up on this set yet. Down by 3, but a team that is used to coming back. They've been in these tough situations before, and certainly they can walk back from this. Hey, I want to remind you, great opportunity to grab a DVD of these state championships. You can grab one by giving us a call at 800-868-1868. You can also check out the website at netnebraska.org/sports1995, plus shipping and handling. Give us a call or check us out online, and you can own a copy of the NSAA Nebraska High School Volleyball Championships. Your stars will love to see their past exploits. How's that? 23-20. Tough jump serve. Rolled over. Outside, and the kill by Foltz. One away is Scotus.
Alyssa Foltz gets off and drives hard, works that inside hand of the block, comes up big.
Jump serve Foltz. Tough pass. Aggressive with the swing. Overpass, tip back, and out. Set point number 1. Goes to the Stars. And now they've got to battle through 3 more. Shohan rolls it over. Good pancake. They go to Shohan. Why not? She delivers.
That's who I'd go to.
Wow.
And that's why.
We've got a match. The Stars come out and take the first set, but the Shamrocks have some 4-leaf clover action going in set 2.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state, and for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
A diesel-powered engine on a farm works hard and operates in a grueling environment. Soy biodiesel fuels stand up to the challenge of powering farm equipment, but are also renewable and environmentally responsible as well. The Nebraska Soybean Board is committed to encouraging the use of soy biodiesel to protect the environment and sustain Nebraska's agriculture. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
You know, many years ago when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
The 2012 NSAA High School Volleyball Championships on NET are brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about. By Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by Nebraska Child Find and the Early Development Network of the Greater Omaha area. These programs provide resources to parents concerning developmental milestones not consistent with peers their age. Information available at 888-806-6287. All right, ready to go here. Set number 3 coming your way. We are all even at 1 apiece, 25-19, 25-21, and both of these teams are mulling it over. Who's going to win set number 3? Served by Baum right away. Theron Baum starts it off for the Stars.
Theron had 58 aces this season, so she is accustomed to doing great things from that service line.
Baum, another, just into the top of the tape. That looked like a tough serve, if it would have cleared. So now Alyssa Foltz back to serve. Connor goes outside. Brannigan doesn't get it down. Brannigan again rolls and found that corner.
Smart shot there by Brannigan. Just control the ball. Tempo shot to that deep line. Watch her, she gets off. And high hand control. Well done.
So now in for Brannigan to serve is Paige Herbert. Outside. And Helbush with the kill.
5th kill for Helbush on the night. Just goes right at that seam, the weak spot of the block.
Shohan to serve. Up to Mestel off the top of the net. Helbush. She is tough to stop.
She's just so smart as an attacker on the outside. She's driving, and again, that leg, that knees, a lot of pain in there with that tendonitis, just gutting it out, especially after a long first round match, 5-setter.
Bush tip. Good cover by Mestel. Tip try back, but on the punch back, Sokolowski punched it out of bounds. And Scotus up 4-2. Driving serve by Shohan. Outside, Mestel got it.
Mestel just powering that swing. Fires it down the line. A lot of pace on the ball.
Studi's jump serve. Right on spot. The pass. Kept alive. And then the kill. Good hustle.
Just good reaction to the ball. You know, sometimes there's not a plan, it's just react.
Moore. Outside. Kept up by Anderson. Helbush pounds it hard into the block. I'll go back to her again. Connor tried to get there, couldn't battle through the traffic.
Yep, just the location of the ball and where she was releasing from.
It seems like maybe the Stars have lost a little bit of that mojo they had early on.
Yeah, they came out very strong, very confident. That's one of the things, you know, coaches talk about, trusting each other and that confidence in each other.
Right off the top of the tape, the kill by Megan Pieper. And Pieper got the kill. And a timeout quickly called by Kearney Catholic and Chris Connor. Down by 4, doesn't want to see it get any more out of hand. Not a familiar place for these Kearney Catholic Stars. They haven't been in a situation where they've been even 1-1 and now all of a sudden find themselves down in set number 2. And how do you react? How do you play differently now when you find yourself behind, maybe pressing?
You know, it's again goes back to that confidence and trust.
Yep. Hey, I want to remind you, Creighton men's basketball returning to NET Sports this Wednesday night as the Blue Jays take the court against the University of Alabama, Birmingham. It's Creighton and UAB. Tip-off at 7 o'clock Central on NET1 and NET HD. Those Blue Jays playing well early on, picked up win number 1. Tom McDermott had a double-double in his first time out, ranked number 15, I believe, in the nation. (7-3) Scotus on top, and Kara Moore to serve. And the ace out of the timeout. We talked about, you know, you can see it's a different level of confidence. It's been shaken.
Yep.
Columbus Scotus has come out and shaken that confidence of Kearney Catholic. And how do they respond in the match? How can they get it back? And Mestel with the 2-hit. Sorry, make it Herbert with the double hit. And she's going to go to the bench and try to find an answer. Here's Whitney calling in. Outside, Anderson blocked back. Mestel into the tape, 4 hits. Mestel not happy.
No, and you can just see a lot of energy and enthusiasm, you know, on the Scotus side. And really right now, a little frustration, as you mentioned. We haven't been in this situation. We're being challenged, we're being pushed.
10-3. Boy, what a great job defensively by Scotus. Outside, Helbush just long. Just misses.
And a little sigh of relief and breath here for Kearney Catholic.
Now back to serve is Shayla Connor. Coach Chris Connor's daughter has been the starting setter for the last 2 years. Might have even been in a 6-2 her freshman year, if I remember correctly. Unforced error.
Just what I was going to say, and it's really, they're not pulling out of it right now. They're continuing to
Caught
see that.
In the funk. And the serve is wide. But it may take a few of those to help the Stars get back into this. So Brannigan now back in. Front row is Baum, Brannigan, and Sokolowski for the Kearney Stars. And a kill on the outside. Good swing by Foltz. Carly Foltz puts it down.
Foltz just really working hard on the backside there, getting a nice swing at the ball.
A feeling of concern on all the Stars' faces. On the slide, it got through. And Anderson trying to pump some life back into him.
Absolutely, and again, things can turn around in just a second. We've seen that several times today. Anderson trying as she finishes her stretch through the front.
There's McCann's serve. Pushed outside and pound right through the block. Alyssa Foltz.
Foltz just pounding that ball, blasting it through the block. She's off driving to it, just right at that seam.
Potter sets Sokolowski. Haven't called Bailey's name a lot.
Just really been working on the outside. Struggling here a little bit.
Shohan is dug. Out of the back row, Mestel. Pushed outside. Foltz can't get it down. The 2-ball. Terrific up by Foltz. The tip try. Block back. Gives him another chance. Brannigan. No touch and long.
I like Brannigan being aggressive there and trying to get something going. Again, that's what they need, energy, big swings.
Nearly kept alive, but the ace for Columbus Scotus, and it is all Shamrocks right now. Chris Connor off her chair, really encouraging her team. Let's get going, try to pump something back in.
But this defense of Scotus is just frustrating. There's a big swing there by Sokolowski. Big kill, they needed that. Get a look at it one more time.
tried the touch, and the tip into the net.
Good read there by Shohan. The defense was sitting deep down the line, just didn't get it executed.
Paige Herbert serve. Pushed outside. Here's Helbush. She's dug. Connor goes to Sokolowski, who rolls it over. Defense kept it alive. Shohan tried deep corner and went a little deep.
Tide is turning, and there a little momentum and energy on the Stars side.
So John Peterson quickly takes a timeout. Because I've been around 36 years. I've seen this once or twice before. I'm going to take it right now. 22nd appearance in the state finals, in the championship for John Peterson. 22 appearances. More than any other program in the state. 14 titles. 6 times they've been the runner-up.
Those numbers are just, just incredible. You look at that over the longevity and the time.
He credits longtime assistants, Julie Blaser, Joe held his JV coach, Janet Tooley. And I think John Peterson has a little bit to do with it too. 36 years on the bench for the Shamrocks. And a great guy. Just a terrific guy to talk to.
And very humble.
Yes.
Again, gives the credit to his assistants, to the great players and the people in the community. I mean, it takes everybody, and it's not all about me. I really appreciate that.
And long off the swing of Herbert. So 16-10 stopped the run. Good timeout by Peterson. Shohan out of serve. Mestel rolls it and got it.
Tough ball out of system. Messel has a game plan as she went up there. Smart move, getting out of system, better the ball.
Studi long. (17-11) now, Scotus. Here's Kara Moore, the setter. We'll run through the back row now, have plenty of options up front. Out of the back row, Shohan. They're just trying to get to it. It goes out.
Shohan, that's her 15th kill. And doing it from the back row, just a nice tempo ball.
And now a timeout called by Chris Cotter. Her second and final timeout of this game. I want to let you know later this month on NET, it's on the line one more time for Nebraska's best high school football teams. You can see all of the action November 19th and 20th. That's a Monday and Tuesday on NET television, when the NSAA State High School Football Championships are live from Memorial Stadium. It's all on NET1 and NET HD. Action in all classes, so be sure to visit the website you see right there, netnebraska.org/sports. You can check your game day and the time of your class. 3 championships on Monday, 3 championships on Tuesday, and we will be bringing them to you statewide on NET Sports. And glad to be doing it. There's a familiar volleyball face, Bill Root, head coach, Grand Island. Got Bridget to his right, or to his left, all right, yeah, that is Bridget.
Yes, yep.
Former Nebraska setter. And Sharon Zavala, right behind him, who he was talking to. Sharon Zavala, the head coach of Grand Island Central Catholic, who Columbus knocked off 3-2 in the first round this year to even get this far.
Those two have just a great, respectful rivalry between the two of them. So anytime those two match up, it is always a game.
So good timeout called also by Connor as her team responds and gets the side out. Out of the back row, Helbush gave it a try. Outside, Mestel. He's been hitting into the net a lot.
Just off the net and really hitting it down angle. Just adjust for that.
4 hits. And Scotus now 6 away from going up 2 sets to 1 on the top-ranked and undefeated Kearney Catholic Stars. Right on the back line, good aggressive swing by Theron Baum. Not afraid to attack it. Might be what they need. This Kearney Catholic team is ranked 40th in the nation by PrepVolleyball.com. In the offseason, Kearney Catholic went to USA Junior Volleyball Tournament in Columbus, Ohio. Faced some of the top teams in the nation that were put together, club teams, and fared very well.
You know, they're a very good program. They're very well-rounded right here. They're, you know, they kind of had a slump here, and Columbus Scotus played real strong against them. But great plays like that, you know, Anderson up in the net, dominating.
Well, Kearney Catholic will not be the first nor the last team to be frustrated by John Peterson's defense and John Peterson's Shamrocks. Great swing by Alyssa Foltz from the left side.
Foltz's 9th kill in the match. She just seems to pop in there right when they need one. And again, she led this team throughout the season in kills.
Overpass, put down. Shohan with the kill.
Shohan, just such a great strong leader up here at, you know, at the net here, and just out on the court doing a lot of great things.
Straight up, more defense. Brannigan can't get it down. Free ball. Getting a lot of hands-on balls, keeping them up, getting them up. Shamrocks just playing very well right now.
And Shohan doing a lot up there at the net. That's her 17th kill in this match. Just playing like again, a strong veteran, just a junior.
Tried line, and Carly Foltz just misses. Carly Foltz, a junior. Alyssa Foltz, a senior. Shohan on the slide. Go to Sokolowski. Kept it alive. Connor outside. Brannigan, good choice. Had a one-on-one out there. Good decision by Connor, and Brannigan puts it away.
Brannigan, great read, too, to see what's in front of her. And she's such an athletic player out on the court.
Set pushed outside to Foltz, and Foltz puts it down. 2 away. And the service error by Foltz. And now Theron Baum to serve. And it's long. Unforced errors.
And Theron's a great server back there, and so when you're back there, you want to take advantage of that.
Sit back, and that'll do it. So the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks have come out and take sets 2 and 3 away from the top-ranked Kearney Catholic Stars. It's 2-1. The defending champs on top.
I know he's not talking yet, but I know what he wants.
Do you think she should be walking by now?
Oh, he'll grow out of it, won't he?
Delays in development can be tricky to spot, especially when you are so close to the ones you love. If you have concerns or just have questions about your child's development, the Early Development Network is here to help. The sooner you call, the sooner you can make a difference for your child. Call your local district or toll free for a free evaluation.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights. Offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
They believed they could weather any storm, but nothing could prepare them for this. An epic saga of dreams buried and hopes reborn. The Dust Bowl.
Coming soon to NET1.
Welcome back to the Heartland Events Center in Grand Island. The Class C1 State Championship game being contested, the final of the day. And there's an upset in the making, folks. It's Columbus Scotus, 25-3 on the year, ranked number 2, but really pushing the #1 top-ranked and undefeated Kearney Catholic Stars, who came in 35-0. There's a look at John Peterson and his Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. They are the defending state champs. We shouldn't be surprised that they're back here. Let's take a look at the numbers through 2.
Shamrocks leading 39 kills, so up by 8 there, and assists obviously correlate to that as well. But look at the defense. 54 digs compared to 36. They are just a frustrating defense and frustrate opponents' attackers and just keep it alive, giving them opportunities to then follow up and get those kills.
All right, let's see if the Stars get the swagger back. They will need it because Columbus Scotus right now has it.
Absolutely.
So Carly Foltz, 5'6" junior right side, will start it off. She's got a terrific jump serve. Right away, Mestel from the left side with the kill.
Mestel had the hot hand early and very aggressive up at the net, feeding her that ball right away. Good start here to set 3 for them.
Megan Anderson back in for the Stars. Shohan off the top of the block. In the net, called on the Stars, point to the Shamrocks.
And again, trying to find some way to slow down Shohan. She has been unstoppable all night. She's at 17 kills. There hasn't been an answer to her attack.
Set, not on, and Megan Anderson puts it in the net. Good aggressive swing. Tried to keep it up, but the kill by Shohan again. What a match by Shohan.
She's just been a difference maker out on the court.
Outside Hellbush. Good dig. Studi kept it alive. And then off the touch, Megan Anderson with another kill.
Anderson coming right off the back of her setter, Connor. Getting big swing.
Good block by Anderson. On the slide, Anderson. Connection just not there.
Just really hard trying to chase after that ball, just not an ideal situation.
That time, and you can see the visible frustration right now by the Stars. (5-2) Scotus. What do you do to get him out of the funk, Kathy?
Well, again, you got to go back and talk about the confidence and things doing. This defense is really frustrating, you know, and you got to keep persevering. Talk to your attackers as they go up where open areas. But really, it's unforced errors, you know. Right now, that's really what's causing the problem for the Stars.
Good aggressive swing by Theron Baum. And maybe it'll take somebody who isn't typically one of the leaders to step up here and start having a big game.
Absolutely, you know, we've seen momentum shift so many times today, back and forth. Somebody just steps in and makes it happen and gets on a roll, and then everybody feeds off of it.
And again, maybe it'll just take Columbus Scotus to stop playing so great, because right now, they are getting to every ball and just playing fantastic. And there's Anderson. She has been a bright spot.
Here she comes in and again feels where that block is and swings just off the edge.
Make that Theron Baum on the kill. Baum. Off the block and the kill for the Shamrocks.
Hellbush on that right side. They're going to leave her in here and let her serve in the back row. They've been bringing her out.
Out of the back row, Mestel. And Mestel with the kill. And now coming into play defense for Hellbush.
And you can see, you know, Hellbush hasn't been in the back row. She's got a killer serve back there. I think Coach Peterson wanted to see, can she get a string going along here? And gave her an opportunity, brought her back out so she get a little break on that knee. Just great movement on the ball, great view there as you saw that ball curve to that corner, curl out and drop right on that back corner.
2 hits called on Columbus Scotus, and off the bench, it's Ali Prososki, the sophomore 5'5" DS setter, who's thrown up back-to-back aces. The overpass there, clearly. That goes off the hands and out for the kill. 9-7 now.
And Foltz, Alyssa Foltz here with 12 kills in the match.
The slide, block back. The tip try, good cover. Shohan pounds away, then tips. They try deep corner, Boss is there to cover. And then Shohan hits it hard, and they can't get to it. Shohan just pounding away.
There really has been nothing to slow her down or stop her in this match. She is on fire. She's up to 19 kills in the match.
Just relentless.
You got something going, you just keep it going.
Just long on the serve, maybe by a foot. Good run though by Allison Boss. Now Paige Herbert back in to serve. When things are rolling your way, they're rolling your way. Here's Carly Foltz. Good pass, pushed outside, Mestel.
Beautiful. Just a great tempo ball out to Mestel. Mestel, that aggressive swing. That's how it's done. It's the tempo on that ball right there that was key.
Right back comes Foltz. Alyssa Foltz will let you know they're not done.
Foltz just driving the ball, sees that line. She's reading her block, what she's got in front. She's got a lot of power behind it too to execute it.
Free ball. Go to Shohan, who goes into the net. And now Shayla Connor will go back to serve. First time they've been able to shut down Shohan tonight. And a big block up front by Megan Anderson.
Here you can see, actually, Mestel.
Yeah. Mestel again, right down the line.
Beautiful, the last two balls to the outside and Mestel, the connection there and timing. Exactly what you want.
Well, last time the Stars made a run, John Peterson quickly jumped up and called a timeout. He does the same thing here. So all even at 12. We are in set number 4. It's 2-1. Scotus leads, and the Shamrocks have really done it on the strength of Peyton Shohan, the 5'10" junior middle hitter. Peyton Shohan, number 27 for Columbus Scotus. Let's take a look at some Shohan highlights.
There's lots of them. Let me tell you, she's got 20 kills at this point in the match, and there hasn't been anything that slowed her down through this entire match. And as you notice right here, as we're looking at the highlights, all the various points along the net that she is attacking the opponent at. She's coming from behind, the middle, the three, anywhere along that net.
Shohan, just a junior, she will obviously have options as well. When it comes time to pick a college. There's Peyton's numbers.
And my guess, she's not done. But a great match so far for her.
Good short serve. Outside, the tip by Helbush, kept alive. Outside Helbush again. Helbush smartly tipping right at Connor every time she tips. And when she fires away, that's what happens. Right off the side of the block and the kill.
And when you tip in, a few balls to the blockers or going up, trying to reach up for that, then she comes with that power, again, where you need to be sealing, pushing across, and just that change up.
Serve by Shohan is long, maybe her first error of the match, seemingly.
Not very many.
Right. So knotted here at 13. Out of the back row, on the back line for Shohan.
Why not?
Right.
She's the hot hand, you know, use her in the back row too. And a great opportunity to continue to get an attack off in a out-of-system play.
Good up. Studi got to it. And there she is again. Maybe it's Baum that's going to step up and provide a little spark.
exactly right. That's 4 kills for her, but she's been making some big plays at big times. I love high hand, good ball control.
And long. The swing from Carly Foltz. So 15-14 now, Stars. Once again, tip that time. Connor's there. A quick set and a tip the other way. And that time it was Bailey Sokolowski.
Just finding those open areas of the court. They're out there. The defense has been scrappy, digging up balls. But here again, just changes up, finding open areas and make them move.
Ward pushes it out. Right on the back line that time. Finds the line again, does Carly Foltz. So they'll let Helbush serve again, and here she is back with that dangerous jump serve. Into the net called on the Shamrocks. But what a great dig by Scotus. So back into serve now is Allie Prasowski. Prasowski, a 5'5" sophomore. Came in and threw up 2 aces just minutes ago. The swing there into the net. And now Kearney Catholic with its biggest lead since the first game. Outside, Brannigan got it. And now everybody's beginning to warm up for the Stars.
You said it's going to take somebody to step in and start swinging and start making a difference. They heard you. Several players have stepped up.
19-15 now. Kearney Catholic close to pushing this to a deciding 5th game. Kearney Catholic came out, took set number 1, 25-19. Scotus responded in the next 2, 21-18, and now here in the 4th. Kearney Catholic leading 19-15. John Peterson using his final timeout of this 4th set to try to slow down the run. I want to encourage everyone to hop on Facebook and like us. We certainly like you, so we would like you to like us. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You may have comment even if you want, or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports info. Make sure to like NET Sports and Mid-Grade Wrap-Up. Join the discussion. Right now, she is liking us.
At record speed. Did you see how fast she was doing that? She likes you, Larry.
She is liking NET. (19-15). In the middle, Sokolowski. .40 run right now for the Stars.
Messel turns to her teammate 5 more. One at a time.
Boy, tough serve there, but handled, and it'll
free ball.
Provide a free ball. Shayla on 2. Got the roll at the net. Something we have not seen happen for the Stars. They haven't been getting those breaks. They get one there.
Shayla being aggressive there. Little low at the tape, but has enough movement on that ball, power on that ball to get it over.
Outside Foltz, and now that's long. 22-15.
And momentum, do you feel that shift?
Everybody in the building feels that shift, including John Peterson. Good job to push it deep. Leads to a tip, which leads to the slide and the kill. Sokolowski, she's come alive here in the 4th.
Absolutely, but their ball handling to allow them to be in system. And you run Sokolowski from pin, run around the backside. You're pushing to the outside. You've had Messel and Brannigan stepped up.
And now we see it with the Shamrocks beginning to doubt themselves. That's certainly not a play we've seen out of them to this point. 24-15. Stars a point away. Outside. And the swing and kill by Foltz. It was an 8-0 run that Scotus just put a stop to. 24-16, 8-0 run by the Stars. And that goes off the tape, and that's an ace. So maybe the Shamrocks getting a little momentum back here.
Fighting off a set point.
Stars looking to send it to a fifth, and Sokolowski does it.
She's turned up the heat here in set number 4, late in the match.
What a final match of the day in Class C1. We are heading to a fifth, all even at 2 apiece.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today, and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
The Great Plains in its moments is every bit as remarkable as the mountains or the seashore or the canyons, not just of this country, but of this world. This is a gift. It's our job to be good stewards and take care of it.
Great Plains, America's Lingering Wild, coming November 25th at 8:30 Central on NET1 and NET HD.
I'm Artis Spokey from Hastings, Nebraska, and NET Radio inspires me to be a better citizen. It keeps me well informed, it makes me think about the critical issues, and it gives me the correct information upon which to make those decisions.
It moves people, and it's moved them for years, and that's like no other show.
The audition process is bloody.
Every day. Other way. Turn the wrong way.
A little bit of a train wreck.
Go behind the scenes of the Omaha Community Playhouse's production of A Christmas Carol.
2 minutes. Places, please.
Watch Casting Call to Curtain Call, an NET television production. Friday night at 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD.
The Nebraska School Activities Association wishes to thank the following sponsors for their support of the NSAA Championships. U.S. Bank, Farmers Insurance, U.S. Cellular, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, and the U.S. Air Force. Well, last year we finished the state high school championships right here in Class C1, and it went to a 5th game in which Columbus Scotus won 15-12. So we are headed to a 5th game once again this year. We're nearing midnight on the East Coast, and I'm sure some people are checking out the web stream. Those displaced alumni of either Columbus Scotus or Kearney. Certainly somebody's on the East Coast watching us right now on the web stream. If they're not, you ought to give them a call and say, hey, you see what your alma mater's doing right now. You can catch it on NET. Just go to the website, check it out.
Why not? This is a great match we've got going. Again, great way to wrap up the night. Let's look at the stats after 4 sets. Very even, pretty much again in the kills, assists correlate. Defense, we've talked about the Shamrock defense just frustrating opponents. But late in set 4, the offense of the Stars kicked it in and found a way to find the floor.
It is a fired-up Heartland Events Center in Grand Island. The final set of the day, and the C1 title comes down to this. And right away, they go outside as they have nearly every single first point of every set to Brannigan, and she delivers.
Delivering here now, and again, Kearney Catholic trying to preserve that 35-0, that perfect record, and a state championship. They were short last year. They don't want to come up short again. Scotus drawing on experience.
Walk back. Outside, the tip try. And Sokolowski tried to reach back and keep it in play, all even at 1. Melissa Foltz now with the serve. On the slide, the tip try, kept alive, out of the net, still going. Nope, they're gonna say into the net called on Columbus Scotus, point to the Stars.
Actually, I believe underneath.
Underneath it, yep.
Yep, slid under Hellbush as she made that great play.
So here's Paige Herbert with the serve, up 2-1. Outside, Hellbush, got a hand on it. Run the quick in the middle. And Sokolowski delivers.
Sokolowski has turned up the heat here as late in 4th set and continues on that strong play here.
Pushed outside, Hellbush got a hand on it again. Bestel rolls it, good up. Pushed outside, Hellbush a little tight to the net. Good job to keep it alive. Free ball now for the Shamrocks. On the slide, Shohan. The tip try, good cover. Moore outside, sends Hellbush again, can't get it. Great rally. Not done, but it is now.
Wow, Sokolowski, that ball was low. She just really accelerated and extended and got to that ball, making a strong play. Just a great move. 12 kills for Sokolowski at this point.
John Peterson up off his chair saying right now, at this point, to his Shamrocks. And Shohan is done. Great job by Studi, and pounded away in the middle. Sokolowski has been big in 4 and here in 5, and Peterson takes the timeout. Bailey Sokolowski, the 6'1" senior middle.
Hit .493 this season, and again, has warmed up here late in this match, and she's won a state championship to finish out her senior year. Look at her all over the place.
And imagine what it must be like for Lisa Sokolowski, who is Bailey's mother, who is an assistant coach. You see her there.
Right next to her there.
That's Bailey's mom. Bailey, you see her numbers, mom right beside her. Bailey, the youngest of 4 Sokolowski kids. Mom gives her the high five, says, keep it up, let's go finish it.
Come on, girl.
The big smile up into the stands. She is trying to figure out how to stop Sokolowski is John Peterson. And there's Mom. The last of 4 daughters in her last high school match on the floor. In a game 5 for a state championship that they have yet to win. Bestel, great up. Sit right back, and the kill. Who else?
Could it
Sokolowski
be?
again.
5-0 run here for the Stars under the serve of Herbert.
Good pass. Moore outside. Hellbush pushed it right into the block, and off the touch, Hellbush gets the kill. So now 6-2, and Shohan back to serve and really needs a run. Bestel tried to roll it. Good cover by Foltz. Sokolowski Into the net, called on the Shamrocks.
And Sokolowski sits on the bench, takes a big breather and going, oh my goodness.
Outside, Hellbush.
Hellbush, is great to have her up there with that experience here right now. She's a player who steps up big in big games.
Paramore now to serve. It's 7-3. Stars on top. Anderson punches it over, tries it again. Shohan there. Outside, Hellbush. Good up by Studi. I'll try Anderson again. Shohan again. Picks it up. Either one of these teams are going to give an inch here late. Unless they earn it off the swing of Mestel.
Mestel with 16 kills there. Every one important, but this one late in this match feels really important and feels really good.
8-3 Stars. And the service error makes it 8-4. So now Lauren Hellbush with that jump serve. Connor has to chase it down. Back to Shohan. Here's Moore. She'll set outside. Foltz can't get it down. Push across, free ball. Foltz again. And Foltz with the kill.
Foltz has been so consistent all night. 16 kills for her. She's really done a great job on the outside, as she has all season.
And the ace. We talked about the serve. It's a jump floater. It moves in the air. Very difficult to handle in a timeout. Called by Chris Connor. 8-6 now. Columbus Scotus has rattled off 3. And if you're Chris Connor, what are you saying in the huddle?
We have this. We can do this one at a time. Get out there, finish it. Talking about what you have across the net, what things have worked for us. They've really incorporated Sokolowski in there. She's out right now. Let's get through a couple rotations.
Terrific environment, atmosphere here at the Heartland Events Center, and we've got a terrific finish in Class C1. All knotted at 2. Kearney Catholic led this 8-3. Scotus has made a bit of a run, back to 8-6. Timeout called by Connor. Well, let's see what she draws up out of the timeout. First order of business is handle the serve of Lauren Hellbush. Mission accomplished. Quick middle, block back. Anderson will give it a swing again, block back again. Solo block up front by Megan Pieper. What a block by Pieper.
Pieper right there. She saw Anderson getting ready for that swing. She positioned herself and was right there.
8-7, a 4-0 run now for the Shamrocks. Who will make the plays late? Mestel right down the middle.
Great pass there in system. Herbert steps up big with a great pass there off serve received to break the serve.
Big players step up in big moments and make big plays. And Mestel back to back extends that lead, 10-7. Mestel again, tough serve. Block back, big block. Anderson puts her hands high in the air.
Anderson and Baum up at the net, 2 big blockers. You got 6-1 and 6-1 pairing up. Close it up.
And a timeout called now by John Peterson. Second timeout called by Peterson, so he is out. 11-7, Kearney Catholic up by 4, and 4 away from the school's first state championship. They've been here 3 consecutive years. They've been here 4 times overall. They've yet to take home the gold. Chris Connor said she thought this year would be different because the belief of the players, the belief they had in one another, the confidence they were playing with, and now they have to show that belief and confidence down the stretch when everything is on the line.
And just trusting what you know you can do. And that's so critical.
Serve Messel, passes off, goes into the net, touches the antenna. Kearney Catholic beginning to pull away. 12-7. Bestel, what a run. Outside. Bolts couldn't get it down. Anderson does.
And I love the energy, her excitement. She is big up front. Look at this, just a great job. 5-0 run.
Overpass, put down. Anderson again. So the school in Kearney, Nebraska, Kearney Catholic, has never won a state volleyball championship. This for their first ever into the net.
I believe she did the same thing in set 4. It was point.
State championship point number 2. Block back. Outside. Brannigan into the net. Shamrocks not going away. 14-9. State championship point number 3. It's long, and that's it. An undefeated season at a state championship for the Kearney Catholic Stars. State champions for the first time, and a big hug from head coach Chris Connor.
A few tears of joy. Feels really good.
They've been here 3 consecutive years. Lost it in heartbreakers the last 2, including a 5th set loss last year. And now the state championship comes for the Stars. We couldn't have asked for a better finish.
We knew it was going to be good.
The state champs, they win it. Momentarily, they'll be getting their state championship medals. We'll have it for you.
America's export of soybeans helps the U.S. maintain a positive agricultural trade balance. Nebraska contributes half of its soybeans for export. The protein and oil content in soybeans enhance the growing demand for higher protein diets. The Nebraska Soybean Board promotes research to develop new soybean varieties with higher protein and oil content for major agricultural markets. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state, and for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Did you know that Nebraska teachers use NET documentaries and online content in the classroom to enhance history and literature curriculum? NET provides services that educate, entertain, and enlighten.
And you're watching it here only on NET Sports. Back at the Heartland Events Center, Kearney Catholic wins the state championship, 15-9 in set number 5. We'll have trophy and medal presentations in just a moment, but first, a sportsmanship award, and for that we go down to Steve Lemon.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are pleased to present the Sportsmanship Award for Class C1. We want to thank all schools, students, fans, players, and coaches for their ongoing efforts to improve sportsmanship at the state championships and throughout the year. We also thank Awards Unlimited and the Nebraska Independent College Foundation for sponsoring these awards. Making the presentation are Darren Boyson, representing the Nebraska Coaches Association, and NSAA Executive Director Rhonda Blanford Green. This year's Class C1 Volleyball Sportsmanship Award is presented to Columbus Scotus High School. Receiving the award is Tyler Linder and Tyler Swanson, sponsors of the Letterman's Club. Congratulations. The Nebraska School Activities Association is delighted to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Director members Wendy Hendricks from Lincoln East, Jay Beller from Battle Creek, NSAA Executive Director Rhonda Blanford Green, and U.S. Bank Representative Diana Hast. Here are the awards for Class C1 runner-up Columbus Scotus High School. Will head coach John Peterson and your assistants please step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each team member. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 17, Kara Moore. Number 18, Morgan Thorson. Number 19, Lauren Helbush. Number 20, Alyssa Foltz. Number 22, Carly Foltz. Number 23, Kristen Onutka. Number 24, Emily Cush. Number 25, Megan Pieper. Number 26, Bree Walker. Number 27, Peyton Shohan. Number 28, Hannah Krings. Number 29, Kirsten Wood. And number 32, Allie Boss. All of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Columbus Scotus High School. And now to the champions. First, head coach Chris Connor, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Number 1, Michaela Mestel. Number 2, Kaylin Brannigan. Number 4, Whitney Colling. Number 5, Shayla Connor. Number 7, Bailey Sokolowski. Number 8, Kelly Oakbrecht. Number 9, Theron Baum. Number 10, Ellie Prososki. Number 11, McKenna Butler. Number 12, Mackenzie Smith. Number 13, Jamie McCann. Number 14, Megan Anderson. Number 17, Paige Herbert. And number 23, Morgan Studi. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2012 Class C1 State Volleyball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Kearney Catholic High School.
Stars of the state champs, we'll hear from them when we come back on NET.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
I know he's not talking yet, but I know what he wants.
Do you think she should be walking by now?
Oh, he'll grow out of it, won't he?
Delays in development can be tricky to spot, especially when you are so close to the ones you love. If you have concerns or just have questions about your child's development, the Early Development Network is here to help. The sooner you call, the sooner you can make a difference for your child. Call your local district or toll free for a free evaluation.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
When I'm outside and in a beautiful place, I feel like a better, more whole person. I saw the National Park series from Ken Burns on PBS. The series was so passionate and so enthusiastic that it makes you want to experience it. So I decided to go from Florida to Alaska and visit national parks along the way, and I'd only do it by bike. Rocky Mountain National Park, Tetons, Yellowstone, Glacier, Denali. I wouldn't have started an adventure like this if it wasn't for PBS. Listening to the historians and the rangers talk about how the parks were formed and what they mean to America, all of those things make you want to explore them. You want to be down by the river, you want to dip your toe in it, you want to experience it. I really feel like in order to achieve something that it just takes effort, that if you keep at it, you're very likely to succeed. PBS inspired me to live more fully and take the adventure of a lifetime.
From day one, ducks demonstrate they're built for survival. Masters of the water and air. These are one of the animal kingdom's ultimate athletes. Take a fascinating look at one of our most familiar birds.
Wednesday night at 9 Central Time on NET1.
Well, there they are, the state champs, Kearney Catholic, the Stars, the C1 title holders. They've been here 3 consecutive years, third, second, and now they take home the gold. 15-9 in the 5th over Columbus Scotus. Time to hear from the champs. For that, let's go down to Kathy Wieskamp.
Hello, I have the privilege to talk to our players right from the get-go here. Michaela Messel, great match for you, aggressive from the get-go. Talk about, again, coming out there with that mission in mind.
We played with it all season, and I mean, this was our dream. This was what we focused on from the beginning of the season, from that Beatrice tournament where we started out real strong, and we're just happy right now.
You know, first set it came out strong at the net, but also your service throughout the match. You stepped back to that service line and made an impact. When you go back there, what's your mentality?
Don't miss. I don't know. I mean, our focus is to get the other team out of system. That's what we try to do, because then we're on offense instead of defense.
Well, it paid off. You had a 7-0 run that first one, that first win in first set. Had to feel great.
It did. It felt amazing.
Congratulations. Let's give that trophy to your teammates, and we'll bring them in as well.
Thanks.
Next coming is Bailey Sokolowski. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Feels pretty good to have the trophy in your hand?
It's incredible.
You know, it's really in the late set 4. Set 5, you came alive. Talk about what decision did you make, or was something coach said? What turned you on?
I mean, coach said I need to get it on. I mean, our passes clicked, our sets clicked, and I was ready to go.
Well, stepped up big time. Again, talk about, finishing out your season. This is how you've been dreaming of, you've worked toward it, and again, doing what you set out to do.
I mean, we've always said since the summer we can do it, but it's incredible that we're actually here and we finished with a perfect season.
You know, perfect season's hard to come by. When you lost that first set in the first round to Ord, hadn't lost a set for quite some time, you know, and then come here and lose 2, 3. What was going through your mind?
I don't know. I just knew we needed to pick it up. I mean, it wasn't our best, but we picked it up, so it was okay.
Well, your best became a state championship, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And our final player here, Megan Anderson, coming on in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, great energy out on the court. Again, as I see you make big plays out along that, a lot of blocks in this match, but the energy, the passion out on the floor. Talk about, again, that leadership for your team.
Oh, it's very important for us because we have a very old team, so we know we have to be able to lead it and take charge.
Or energy out in the fun, it makes it fun to play with you, you know, as team-based. And as you're out there, again, working through that, and we were, you know, you were really working through that final match, getting to that final set. We got it to 5th. Last year we were here. What are we going to do different this time?
We just kept getting our momentum, and that carried us the whole way through the set. We got our passes, and then we got our sets, and we got our kills. So that's just
So going through your mind in that middle of that match, they win 2 sets What was going through your head?
I just know we had to pick it up and play our game. We weren't playing our game. We were just making our own mistakes.
Let's do what we do best and again win a state championship.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I get the opportunity here to talk to Coach. Congratulations, Coach. Feels pretty good.
It feels all right.
You know, this year, you know, rematch. You were here in this position last year, actually 3 times in this final match. Some tears of sadness before, tears of joy this year from the players.
Definitely some tears of joy. I mean, it was just so good to see them finally get into their A game by the 4th and 5th sets. That's the way we've been playing most of the year, and so you always want to play at your peak, you know, when you get to that end game. So I was just really excited about the level that I was seeing those last 2 sets. But tears of sadness. I mean, I hate to see these seniors go.
Well, and again, talk about this group of girls, the confidence that they had and the trust that they had with each other and how important that was for the season as they went into it. Again, this is their ultimate goal, and that bond is what brought them here.
Yeah. You know, when you get to be seniors, you've lived around each other a long time, and, you know, that leadership, and this group's pretty special. I mean, they, you know, have a lot of drive, and they work together well, and they're fighters. I mean, very proud of them the way they came back.
Again, you knew this, I mean, great way to finish the day, and you guys knew you had to wait around a long time, a lot of time to think about it, but again, finishing with a perfect record, and again, going back in this rematch, first state championship, bringing that back home, it's got to feel like we did what we set out to do and feel pretty good.
Yeah, and there was a lot of support from the community and a lot of reminders here and there. You know, we got to get it this year and, you know, get that monkey off our back, and, you know, but again, all year long, we've just really tried to focus on, you know, upping our level of play and try not to worry about those numbers or firsts or, you know, so I think in the end that finally they started relaxing a little more and just trying to up our level.
Thank you very much and congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you.
Again, 6 state champions. Larry, back to you.
Thanks, Kathy. Hard to believe it. It's been 6. I mean, it seemed like we just started, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes ago. Let's do this again, huh? So once again, Kearney Catholic wins the state championship. They here 3 consecutive times and finally take it home. We started this morning with Humphrey at 9 a.m. knocking off Cedar Valley. Hardington Cedar Catholic beats Lutheran High Northeast. And you see the rest of the champions closed out with Kearney Catholic. For Kathy Wieskap, I'm Larry Putney. For the entire NET Sports production crew, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time on NET Sports.